Time to get some pumpkins. There she is. She's the queen of the pumpkin patch. All right, pumpkins, it's time. Time for you all to come down and play. So I don't think I have enough pumpkins, and I don't have enough money to go buy more pumpkins. So we're gonna go to the pumpkin patch and probably get real pumpkins and just carve them and use real pumpkins. Alright, so the next thing is setting up real pumpkins to do my projection mapping on. So tonight we're going to put the projector in here and see where I can map it. I don't have my pumpkins yet. I'm going to have to get them tomorrow. But at least I can find out the distance of where I want them. This dog cracks me up. Next up, computer, projector, and need to wait till it gets dark. So I'm not sure exactly where my projector is going to be. It'd be really cool if I could put it on the table behind the wagon, and then I can move the wagon up a little bit more. That way it's never going to get messed with. This is my little projector I'm going to use. This is the one from ATMOSfx. This is the little ViewSonic right here. You know, when I got this at Harbor Freight, so love this case. I always take the batteries out of my remote. There it is. And then so everything's nice and snug in here, and usually I put like a flash drive in there of movies or something if we're going on vacation, because I take this with us on RV trips, or my son has taken it camping as well. Have movie night while you're camping. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up and hook it up to my computer that's going to be sitting on this table, and I'm going to sit there. When it's dark enough, we're going to map out those 7 spots right there. All right, here it is, the little ViewSonic projector. It's just teeny tiny, but it's really bright and powerful, and even the speaker is amazing on it. I do have an external speaker, so I just use this and hook it up if I need to. These are the things I have right here. So all the pieces, I like the tape measure so I can distance it from the pumpkins and know exactly where it is. I like this little table here, and I hope I can use it because I can actually stake it down into place so that way it won't move in the ground. And so I'm just going to set this all up right now. There it is. It's all hooked up. So just wait for tonight and we'll test it out. All right, it's getting darker here, so we're going to finish the setup so we're not doing it in the dark. We are going to hook up the HDMI from the projector here to the computer. Okay, there it is, HDMI. And hook it straight into my computer. So that's what's connecting the projector to the computer. And we got some little cookies here. We're all set up. It's getting darker. Turn on the computer, and we're going to set up the projector to map 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pumpkins. 6 or 7. So we're getting closer here now. So it looks like I might have to move a few pumpkins around, but that's okay. It's getting that one, that one, that one, and these. So that's okay. So I went to source on the projector and clicked HDMI, and now we're seeing what's on my screen, which is a big white screen. So now I'm going to move the projector again and get it perfectly how I want it. So here it is, all in place. And like I said, I taped it down onto this, and this is on here. So if I want to remove it, I can. And then the table is staked down on each side there. I probably can hammer those down more. And then I have some stuff in here like my remote, a flashlight, and we'll put the audio cable in there. And that's it. Okay, now that the computer is all hooked up to the projector, we go to source HDMI because we're using our HDMI. And then once we do that, it should be all white. And I'm using the free program from Digital Pressworks. So here it is. This is it's just a big white screen, and then you just trace around the pumpkins you want to be projection mapped. You want all the faces on those pumpkins. So you can see here's a close-up of what I'm doing. It's pretty rough drawing here. And then you can see it here on the pumpkin, how I'm drawing that on there with the little eyes. Like I said, it's a rough drawing. It doesn't need to be perfect for what I'm doing. With house mapping, you want those lines to be very crisp and very clear and as precise as you can. With these pumpkins, not so much. And I'll clean up these lines. Okay, so I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pumpkins, and then we're all done. We're gonna save it, and then we have to do some work on the computer. That's my horrible drawing, and that's them. All right, so we did Control S, and now we're going to save them, and I'm going to name them Pumpkin Stacks. Save it in projection mapping as a PNG, not going to do anything else. Save. Now I'm going to unplug the computer and bring it inside. So I turned it off for the night. The little button stays glowing if it's plugged in. The 3 lights are off, meaning it's off. So now we're inside, we're done mapping, and I loaded our pumpkin drawing. I'm going to call it a pumpkin drawing right there. And what I'm going to do is, and you can use any editing software. I'm using Wondershare Filmora. I think it's just easy, it's cheap. Everyone seems to kind of have it or not, but you can use anything. My son uses Adobe, so we're going to just draw that out as long as we can. Then what you're going to do after that is load into your ATMOSfx Pumpkins. And so you're just going to, open you're going to add media, import media, and then find your ATMOSfx Pumpkins. And ATMOSfx, here's all my ATMOSfx's I have, and we're just going to find, these are my pumpkin favorites. I have pumpkins, and it's just kind of fun impressions. And then we're going to take that down there, and you can see.
Can you guess this one?
They're coming to get you, Barbara. Night of the Living Dead. Pretty scary, but not as scary as.
So anyways, I'm going to start loading that in, and I'm going to pause it because I'm actually making dinner. And once you get what pumpkins you want, then I'm going to show you how to put them into your drawing. Okay, so I loaded in my pumpkins. So this is ATMOSfx Decorations. We're just going to go to Halloween. And we're right here. We're using the Jack-O-Lantern Jamboree 4, and I also am going to be mixing in some other of their Jack-O-Lantern Jamborees from 3 and 1, I believe. So I'm kind of mixing it, but what I am doing is I think the Pumpkins at Play, where they're like carving and doing new tricks, and then on, let's see. Oh, I love the funny faces. I think I'm going to put funny faces in there. And there's a carving one. You can go on their website and you can see all of them, and it shows you each one, so you can a la carte buy them. But it shows you what they do. So I like that one with them scaring each other. And I'm doing the scaring each other and they're carving, like showing different carvings, and that's what we're doing. So I downloaded them in. So here it is, you can see, and they're doing their little carvings here and having a good old time. But I need to move them around. So what I did is made this one the left, and I renamed it right here.
Beautiful autumn leaf. That leaf.
So left carving. So now we're going to go over here and we're going to do the same thing, and I'm going to go crop to zoom, and we're going to go custom, and we are going to cut out the middle guy here. We want to get all of him in here, and it doesn't need to be that big. This is going to be a long video probably. And apply. Oh, my head's in the way. Apply. And then we're going to rename it, rename to middle carving. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. It's all 3 of them, as you can see. I'll move my head out of the way. And we are going to crop and zoom. And we are going to do custom. And we are just going to take this little guy over here. I gotta have noises. Apply, and we're going to rename that right carving. Okay, so now we have those guys, and they can be all right there. And then we could do that with other videos too. So I'm going to load in other videos and do that. But right now we are just going to do the carving, but I have only 3 pumpkins. I'll show you what we're going to do. Oops. Which one was that? That's right. He needs to go to the right. And this is middle. And we're going to put him over here. And we're going to put left. Over here. And then we're going to stack them. That is right. We are going to stack them. So when you stack them, they all play together.
Looked a little too lucky for autumn. Ah. Good one, Dippy. Zing. Time to pumpkin spice things up a bit. Autumn is great and all, but it's Halloween, so let's represent.
So I'm going to get some other pumpkins just looking around right here, and these guys are going to do this. Actually, I might move him here, but I like him there. That's the middle big guy. And then the background, we actually have to work on that. So that way we were going to put these behind this, so I have to do some work on that. I loaded in my pumpkin picture. I ended up making a background layer, so I went to layers and made a new layer, made a background. I have my eraser tool here, and I'm just going to erase the faces, circles. Now we're going to fill in everything else with black. Why isn't it black? There it goes. I don't know why it wasn't black. Yes, see that? Now we're gonna save it as the pumpkin stacks PNG. All right, now we're gonna go back here. We're gonna import. We are going to find it. Is this the most boring thing? Wine pumpkins, that's a whole nother thing I was doing. There it is. We need more video tracks. We probably need at least 6. Because we're gonna make more pumpkins. So you see how, so you see here, okay, that's a good example. Okay. There, that mask is black. That's what we want, and that's there. But now what we do is we delete that. And there's our pumpkins. Why is it white? Shoot, I forgot about that part. Back to the drawing board. You get the idea though, right? We don't want white there, obviously. But then we can go in and let's see. So this is Mr. Left, right? We can size him into our guy right there. And he should be perfect. Other than the white around him. This was right. So we just make sure he fits. And this guy's our big guy. He's middle. And we like him. Oops, don't do that. We should lock that. Middle. And even though I'm resizing these, if I fix my bottom layer there, it's still gonna work. A little bit. Oh, there. I like him there. So then I'll go to some other videos and find a couple other little pumpkins we could just put there looking around and stuff, not really talking. But that's what's going to be on our pumpkin stacks. So I need to go back into Photoshop.
Nice night.
Thank you.
Really pretty.
It is pretty.
Whoa.
Oh.
Let's stop these guys. And back to the drawing board. You just need to get the white parts away and make dinner. So toodaloos. So I'm back into Photoshop, and all I have to do to fix it is just not leave the stupid lines there. So I'm just really going in and just making sure I delete all my lines here, because that's what was making those little white lines. Now this is the fastest, easiest way I can teach this. I did not go to school to do digital art or media, so this is the layman's way of doing it. And it works. And if it works and you're happy with it, then go for it. My son probably would be cringing right now because he's the one that does all the house mapping. There it is. Okay, now we fixed it. Now we're going to import. And there it is. Put there. There they are. No white lines. Okay, now all I'm gonna do is get some faces over here, like this little scared face, and we're just going to, I'll show you right now. We're going to go to custom, and we're going to move my face out of the way, get this little guy right here, apply. We're gonna rename him Scared, S-C-A-R-E, Scared Guy. I'm going to say right. It just, they look different ways, but with this, it's not going to be a big deal. You leave your original one, there it is. So you can see what the heck you're doing. And let's put him down there. There is scared guy. Oh, no, we don't want to lose that. That's why we want to lock our originals. Only want to move the pumpkins. There he is. Oh yeah. See how he's moving into the circle? So we know he's okay right there. Because if I move him a little out, he's a little out. Well, it's done. And it's almost midnight. But I did have dinner. So this is it, all right here. Carving and having fun doing all this stuff. They're all different. I did the best I could. There's a little silliness in there. One clip was played in reverse, and I kept the audio because it was kind of scary and funny. Anyways, I'm going to test this tomorrow night because I'm not going to do it at midnight. But I'm going to export it and see how it goes. But that's a lot of layers. That's a lot of cutting, a lot of editing. Hopefully it works. So we're going to test it out tonight with our pumpkins that we did on the computer. So this is the little flash drive I have, and we're just going to put it in there. All right, the next thing is I'll just plug it in when we're ready. Right there. And tonight we will test it. I'm going to go get some pumpkins. Oops. Source, USB, pumpkins. Oh gosh, here we go. I didn't think it was going to be that noisy.
Nice night.
Really pretty. Whoa.
Oh.
Okay, thank God. Oh my God, they're so off. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. I just need to move some pumpkins around. Wow, I did it. I figured it out. I gotta go get Grant. Check it out, check it out. It's the coolest thing, I did it. Their voices aren't on, but look at it.
Oh wow, yeah. Wow, it's kind of cool. It's like hard to tell which one's projected and which one's...
So, don't let me tripping. His stem is a little too big.
Oh, sometimes when he opens his mouth, yeah.
Shoot, maybe that's the guy I messed up on.
Yeah, that one. If you were able to just move that,
I can move the projector up just like a tad.
Yeah, I think a Scotia up will
Oh,
probably...
there it is. That
Yeah.
was it. I'm pretty happy how it turned out. There's some little glitches here and there, and maybe you won't notice. Only I notice, of course, because I made it. But I will, I need to hook up some more lights on some pumpkins, especially those big guys up there.
Nice night.
Really pretty. Whoa.
Oh.
Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Wow, that's really, really good. Help me, help me. Ah. Good one, Dippy. I like cartoon movies. Hey, Squashy, I think we took things a little too far.
Thanks for watching the super long video, and be sure to watch the final haunt video when you see it all together with the special effects and lights. Happy haunting, my friends.